Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition where our focus is on the rising trend and the explosive rally that is being seen on Bitcoin and the entire crypto world as well. Remember, since November 5 up until now, we've actually seen Bitcoin, which is the largest as well as the most popular cryptocurrency, rally over 30% in trade. In fact, it crossed the $75,000 mark on the day of the elections. It's gone on to $81, and just within 24 hours, we've seen a further 12% surge, and the Bitcoin is now trading well above $89,000 or 75 lakh rupees in the market, if you see. And we are going to be trying to understand what is fueling this rally. What is the outlook going forward? In case you're a crypto enthusiast, what is it that you should be knowing about the outlook from the experts? Edul Patel, the CEO and co-founder of Mudrex, is now joining in to help us understand how should one view this crypto surge. Mr. Patel, warm welcome. Good to have you with us on this special edition on Business Today Television. Now, we do know that it was Donald Trump's victory as the US president that was the first key reason which actually led to this sharp spike, and it is not getting abated anytime soon. So tell us, how much more upside do we see that $1 lakh coming in very soon on Bitcoin?
Hi, Sakshi. So firstly, thanks a lot for having me here. Talking first quickly about the rise of Bitcoin, I think you focus only on the last 2-week period. But in reality, Bitcoin has been just going up and up and up this entire year. In fact, last year, this time, Bitcoin was trading at $35,000. It is right now trading at $90,000. That's a close to 300% increase in price. And in reality, the main reason why this entire large wave of demand has come in, which has increased price, can all completely boil down to two things. The first thing is improved confidence that regulations will come and are coming into crypto. This started off with the ETFs being listed on the US stock exchanges in December and January. It was followed by a public release that MiCA, which is a very large and new regulatory implementation that's going to happen in Europe, is going to go live. So that got implemented, which was then followed by a halving event where the supply of Bitcoin got reduced. And on the one end, regulatory clarity brought in more and more and more investors into the fold of crypto. On the other end, the halving event reduced supply. Both of those together have now caused a demand spike where demand is just outpacing supply by a significant piece, and as a result, prices have gone up. That's what continues. The Trump victory was also a push on the same front. Trump has always been pro-crypto. The people that surround Trump, including Elon Musk and so on and so forth, have also been pro-crypto. And this entire movement just the victory of Donald Trump kind of sort of represents the fact that regulations are going to come in US. US is the largest market for crypto and probably the last large market that does not have any clear communications around crypto. So once crypto gets more and more legalized, more companies will be able to offer it, more people will come on board. That again increases demand, which increases prices.
Okay, understood that. Now, Edul, do help us understand, is this being seen as a factor only in Bitcoin, or are other cryptocurrencies also seeing the impact on this? What is the kind of demand coming in on those as well?
Correct. So the impact can be seen throughout, across the entire crypto. The entire crypto market has grown from $1 trillion market cap to about, we are now nearing all-time high of crypto market, which is about $3.5 trillion in market cap. So it was spread. Having said that, Bitcoin is 60% of this. So whenever Bitcoin goes up, first it goes up and then it gets followed to all the other assets. And the way you should think of it is key. It's also like how people invest in equities, right? Typically, when someone starts investing in equities, they start with investing in a mutual fund, and that's how they first taste. Once they invest in one mutual fund, then they go into, okay, let's see if there is a small cap mutual fund that I want to invest in, a mid cap mutual fund I want to invest in, or should I buy and sell some individual stocks? And that's the user education journey that people go through. That same journey people go through when they are investing in the crypto asset class as well. People typically start off with Bitcoin because it's the gold standard, the equivalent of gold. That's what people go into it with. And then once they accept and buy some Bitcoin, then they start thinking of, okay, I do have Bitcoin, which are some of the other crypto assets that I can invest in. And then people go to Ethereum, Solana, and other small mid cap to small cap assets.
Also, Edul, help us understand, are you actually witnessing a trend, at least in the US, that money flow actually coming out from the other assets like maybe equities? Because even US equities are at record high levels, and the dollar is also continuously on a high as well. So there are several assets which are actually going up. So where is this liquidity really coming from? It has to get out from somewhere to go in somewhere. Of course, from the Indian market, there is a lot of FII flow happening outwards. So is the money coming in from there, getting invested there? How are you really assessing the situation?
Correct. So there are two things that are happening. The first thing that's happening is that institutional demand is now at all-time high.
Okay.
In fact, last week, BlackRock is a very large fund that has two ETFs. They have a gold ETF and they have a Bitcoin ETF. Their gold ETF has been running since 2005, so now nearing 20 years. The Bitcoin ETF was launched 9 months ago.
Okay.
Assets under management in their Bitcoin ETF surpassed assets under management in their gold ETF. So the first thing that's happening is that institutional demand is going crazy. The main reason why it's growing crazy, again, the reason why institutions did not invest till now is because they were fearing regulatory actions. Now that there is more and more and more regulatory certainty, institutions are starting to come in first. And once institutions come in, they are planning to invest 3 to 5% of their net wealth into crypto. 3 to 5% of institutions is a few trillions of dollars, like
Okay.
hundreds of billions to a trillions of dollars. And that's what's driving demand, which primarily asks or causes the prices to spike. Once that happens, retail very quickly follows because now they are seeing that, okay, prices have gone up. I also want to participate in this. I want to make this a part of my long term portfolio. The number one thing that's different, Sakshi, this time versus what was there last time is that this time when people are investing, when we speak to our users, they say that they understand that markets niche girenge, markets will fall, crypto will fall, and there will be some loss. But they are now also so confident of the regulatory certainty that they are saying that it doesn't matter because we believe that crypto will grow significantly over the next 5-10 years. So people are
Okay.
thinking, making it a part of their long-term portfolio, which is the very vast difference. Like, just to give you an example, we run surveys every year amongst our user base. 3 years ago, we did a survey. About 55 to 65% of users said that they are putting in money in crypto from a very short-term perspective. Let's say a 6 months to 2 year perspective holding period. This year, when we ran that survey, more than 65% said that they are looking to hold crypto for a period greater than 5 years. In fact, a small 15% cohort also said that they want to make it a part of their retirement portfolio. So you can see the difference in the thought process. People have now really started to accept it, really started to move small amounts of funds into it, make this a part of their portfolio and diversify their portfolio.
Okay. Now, Idil, help us also understand this. Of course, we do understand that Donald Trump had also in his electoral campaign talked about how he would be really looking forward to make US a crypto hub, and therefore we are expecting some positive regulations to really come in over there. How about countries like India, where the governments have actually taken deterrent steps so far to deter people from investing in assets which they find speculative, like crypto? Help us understand, do you see a change happening with the largest economy in the world taking a favorable step as far as crypto is concerned?
So, Sakshi, I would want to correct you just a bit. India is actually not deterred people from
Okay.
coming in.
Okay.
The job of the regulator in India is really tough because people do work on hope, people do work on dreams, and if they overinvest, they are liable.
Okay. I think
In
we lost your audio in between. Could you please repeat what you just said?
Yeah, I was saying that this is not the hesitance to over promote anything is not true only for crypto. The SEBI has brought in so many new regulations that prevents people from just unnecessarily going in FNO and losing a lot of their money, right? So the perspective of India is to make sure that the asset class grows and the industry grows. In fact, India has actually been one of the most vocal countries coming out and again saying that we need global alliance, we need global understanding for crypto because crypto is not something that can be solved by one country or 5 countries individually. There needs to be global understanding. Now,
Correct.
the main large country that was missing from this global understanding was actually the US. Today, there are regulations or licensing or some format of registration required in Canada, in Europe, in Australia, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, also in India. In India, there is every crypto company needs to register with the Ministry of Finance under a body called as the FIU. So, as such, there is some format of registration there in India already. What is not there is regulations. What is expected is that this Trump victory drives a slew of regulatory changes that opens up the markets in the US. What people are waiting for is to see which direction US goes. Does it go to the Europe direction? Does it go a Singapore direction? Does it go in the direction of where Canada and Australia are? Or does it go in the traditional securities direction? And that directional choice will then also help influence choices everywhere else. And in my opinion, that's also what a lot of what the regulatory bodies in India are looking at. In fact, there are already talks of a consultation paper being released in the next couple of months or so that talks about how crypto regulations need to come into place in India. And in my opinion, this regulatory triumph across the world of crypto will actually be what will drive demand and drive more participation and as a result drive prices.
Hmm. But you rightly pointed out, just 2 years back, we were looking at a Bitcoin level of just $16,000. That was a time when a long drawn crypto winter was starting, and we had talked about that as well. Cut to today, in just about 1.5 years time frame, you're talking about the sharp 3x kind of a return being seen from the starting of this year itself for a lot of investors of Bitcoin. How should an average investor who's looking at Bitcoin at these record high levels really see this? Is this an opportunity, or is the best of the rally behind us?
Correct. So the first thing that is true, and it's true not only for Bitcoin, but it's also true for every single other investment asset class, it is impossible to time the market. So you should stop thinking about timing the market. The second part is that you should participate in crypto fully understanding that it's risky and it is a long-term investment asset. So as a result, if you are participating in crypto, you should not put your entire net worth into it. For that matter, I would not recommend anyone to put in significant net worth immediately at the start if they don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
My recommendation typically is start with Bitcoin, set up an SIP, do small amounts of investments, let's say 5,000 rupees, 7,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. For 2, 3 months, understand the asset class, understand the volatility, see what you're going through. And in that period, set up some format of an SIP that you can do with platforms like Mudrex so that you can do some kind of a recurring investment so that you can build up to what you want to get to. This is no different from how I would advise anyone from investing in the equities market or in any other markets. The principles of investing and creating wealth are the same if you are looking to create wealth. If you're looking to just hop onto a bandwagon, make some short-term returns, then you need to fully understand that it is risky. And just like how you would assess risk for a stock, you would do kind of similar for Bitcoin as well. In fact, Mudrex is one of the only companies in the world that publishes fundamental analysis for over 300 different crypto assets, where we try and give a buy sell rating for those assets. We publish technical analysis based buy and sell ratings for a ton of different assets as well. So there is a lot of fundamental and technical analysis driven investing that you can do in crypto, just like how you do in equity.
Got that. Do also tell us, for the companies such as yours and for those who have been tracking crypto for a long time and whose bread and butter really runs on crypto regulations and how things will progress in any particular country, we have been seeing a trend over the last 2 years or so, a lot of outflow of crypto brain from the Indian market as well, because there was no clarity as to how things were progressing going forward. How are you seeing that aspect being seen for major players who had their large presence in India, moved out because of more conducive environment outside? How are you seeing that aspect?
So I think all of that is reversing now. With the registration with FIU coming in, you would have noticed that first FIU banned a lot of large exchanges like Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, etc., etc. And now all of them are coming back to serve the India market in a formal, regulated manner. And I think that's the right approach. There needs to be some format of registrations, there needs to be some format of reporting, and every country should have the right to be able to do it, which is exactly what India has done. By the way, all other licenses everywhere are exactly the same. You need to go and register, you need to comply with the local laws, you need to do the reporting. That's what India has asked. India has asked, and companies outside have delivered. And over the next year and a half or so, I believe more and more and more such large companies will start focusing back on the India market, because India is at the end of the day the world's largest uh, base where investors, traders of a certain mentality, of a certain mindset, of a certain capacity are growing, and it's the largest market that's addressable today in the world for these things.
Okay. And lastly, one last question that I asked you right in the beginning as well. How soon are we going to see that $1 lakh on Bitcoin? And do you really see a significant upside from the current levels as well? Or do you think the best of the run is behind us?
Yeah. So I was speaking to someone yesterday who asked me, when will you see 90,000? And I said it might take till December, and we hit 90,000 last night.
Yeah.
So as I said, all of these are not predictions; they are more prophecies. Prophecies are liable to go faulty. Having said that, there is general broad consensus amongst analysts that we can see 100K as early as December.
Okay, wonderful. Well, good
But
to speak to
but
you.
don't
Yes,
don't
yes.
don't hold me liable if you see
Sure.
100K tomorrow morning as well. So
Sure. Edul, thanks a lot for speaking to us. And we will probably see continuing gains on Bitcoin. And we'll have you back once 100K also hits on Bitcoin. So let's hope that happens soon too, like you predicted and like you're forecasting as per most of the analysts. December it is. We'll have to wait for a few more days, or who knows, it happens tomorrow because the way the rally has been unfolding. We'll be continuing to focus on the crypto space to get all our viewers all the insights on that one as well. Thank you so much, Edul, and thank you viewers for watching this space. But do stay tuned. Up next will be Market Today that focuses on the closing action on the D Street.
Hello and welcome to BT's edition of Most Powerful Women. Today we have here with us Devita Saraf, who is the chairperson and CEO of View Group.
Yes.
Hello ma'am.
Hi.
Pleasure to have you here. First of all, congratulations on winning.
Thank you so much.
So I want to start by asking you that how do you think the technology and AI will be incorporated in the industry where you are working?
I think AI is going to be as big as a revolution as the internet itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if the content that we watch, the way it's made and the way it's portrayed is going to change. But my older brother's in the AI business and